guys? Welcome back to another week, another match preview, another huge game for the Sounders. We got our first home Cascadia Cup match of the season against the Portland Timbers. They're coming off a tough road loss up in Montreal, where the Sounders are coming off a big home win. Not necessarily a big win, but a big win in terms of team morale at home against RSL. Colton, what are your kind of expectations for this match?
Honestly, I'm trying not to have too much expectations for it because I don't want to be let down tremendously, to be completely honest. But no, I do have actually pretty good expectations. As I said in our match review last week, I think it was huge for confidence going into this game. It's a big match. It's a home match against our biggest rival, not only for the league, for the Cascadia Cup as well. So it's a huge match. There's a lot of layers to it. So yeah, I expect to be a really good game. I wouldn't be surprised if it's a pretty high-scoring game. That 4-4 back from, I think, 2014 has been mentioned a few times this week. Another game like that would definitely be a little stressful to watch, but I think it'd be a lot of fun to watch at the same time. So yeah, I think it's going to be a good game. They're coming off a rough loss. We're coming off a rough win, and I think the way they started the season, and they've been kind of falling since, and the way we started it, and we've kind of been on the rise the last week. I think we have the capability for our two teams to kind of crash in the middle and have a pretty exciting match tomorrow.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping as well. As much as my heart couldn't take it, another crazy 4-4 game like that, it would certainly be nice to see us put some goals on the board because we've been struggling in that department pretty bad for the past month or so.
Yeah.
So I'm just hoping for any sort of offensive spark. If the guys can't show up for a game like this.
Yeah, you're not going to show up for anything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But no, they seem pretty fired up. That Roger Levesque hype video thing where he's throwing the wood into the wood chipper.
That was amazing.
Brilliant.
I think we're both kind of sometimes probably too harsh of critics of what the club puts out on social media channels and stuff like that. But that video, honestly, is one of the best things they've ever done because it was like it was subtle enough to not be just like super cringy, and obviously to have Raj doing it. I mean, you could have any player and it'd be hilarious, but to have Raj doing it made it 100 times better. Because he really is kind of Portland's boogeyman in this rivalry for a long time. So yeah, that video was awesome.
Oh yeah, I remember seeing them. Someone in Portland had bought one of his jerseys and was burning it in the street after he scored that goal, the 48 seconds one.
Amazing.
So to have him do that was just great, which is good because the rest of the rivalry week banter was pretty. Well,
it's a case of we play Portland so much. I mean, we'll play them 3 times in the league this year, once in the Open Cup. That's 4 times already. If we meet again in the playoffs, that's another 1 or 2 times. And I as much as I love hating Portland and love beating Portland, it's getting to the point where it's just it's so much, it's just it's a lot of rivalry.
Yeah, the league is definitely, I get what they're trying to do, and they're trying to take the biggest rivalry in the country and help it boost the game here.
Yeah,
but at the same time, I think they're kind of diluting it a little bit, having us play them so often, especially basically every single year in Open Cup we play them, and it's.
Well, and that's partly because of the way the Open Cup is formatted, which
I know, but it's
probably
just
needs to be fixed. But yeah, it doesn't help it at all.
There are other teams in the region that we could play first.
Yeah, for sure. And I feel like we always play them super quick succession too, because we play them, this week at home. The Open Cup I think is June 14th, and then our next league match against them is June 25th down in Portland, and then I think the second home match is in August, I believe. Is that right?
I think so.
I think it's sometime in July, like late July or early August, something like that. Yeah. So, I mean, we play them so quick. It's always like we play them right in the middle of the summer, 3 times, boom, 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 in a row, and then we don't see them again. It'd be kind of nice if they spread it out a bit more.
Although to be fair, the MLS scheduling and the Open Cup scheduling are two, totally separate
Oh, no, I get
things.
that. And it's one of those things where it's just kind of a coincidence that the Open Cup happens to fall in between, those 2 matches. But still, I think it'd be really nice to have a late September, early October match against Portland. I think.
Definitely.
That'd be a lot of fun. But we can't complain too much about scheduling. I just, frankly, hope we beat them into the ground tomorrow.
I would love to see that, and I think we've talked about it a couple times in terms of looking for a turning point in the season. A dominant win over them would certainly I would think, be that jumping off point where we can say, okay, this is it. This is where we start the turnaround. Let's get in there, not only fight for a playoff spot, but try and get back into fighting into that Shield race as well.
Definitely, because even for me, if we do go on a pretty hot run and go towards the top of the table right now, I'm not really going to see that RSL match as a turning point, just because the goal goes in off a deflection. We dominated, but couldn't really finish our chances, and it wasn't necessarily a beautiful win, other than the fact that it was a win. But yeah, beating Portland tomorrow, a big 3-1, 4-1 scoreline would definitely be a major turning point in the season that we can look back on in a couple months and say that's where we turned on a dime.
Definitely. And speaking of scorelines, what are you? Let's get right into the match predictions.
Yeah, let's do it. Good transition.
Why, thank you.
Yeah.
Anyway, what's yours?
Yeah, I said 3-1, 4-1 would be great. I'm going to stick with 3-1 Seattle. I think we'll see Clint Dempsey have a big game. He's been Portland's boogeyman the last few years.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know exactly how many goals he has against him, but yeah, he's had some big goals against Portland. He always seems to perform well against them. I think he really loves the pressure and the hype of the rivalry.
Mm-hmm.
Since Rod retired, I think Clint's kind of taken that boogeyman spot. So I think a big game from him. I'll say 2 goals, a brace, probably a PK, because it always seems like he scores a PK against Portland. 3-1 Seattle. What about you?
I'm going to go a little more conservative, I guess. I'm still having a hard time deciding. I was going to say 3-3, but I was thinking maybe 3-2 Sounders, but something around there. I'll say 3-3. Just being realistic, I guess.
I will kind of add the stipulation that I feel like 3-1 is going to, if the result is 3-1 tomorrow, it's going to involve a pretty good performance from Stefan Fry, because our defense still just, I don't know what it is about them. They're still just a little rough around the edges, and so I wouldn't be surprised if we have to rely heavily on Steph tomorrow. But it helps that Chara is out for Portland. That helps. That plays in our favor. So yeah, it'll be a really good game. I'm really excited. Hopefully a big turnout at CenturyLink Field.
Those noon kickoffs, man.
Those noon kickoffs, man. We could do a whole video about how much I hate noon kickoffs, because boy.
Not a fan. The pre-match festivities start at 9:30 or something like that.
Oh,
tomorrow
it's wild.
Just,
I live. I go to Seattle University, as a lot of you probably know. I live on Capitol Hill, and I leave here at I think I left for the last one at 9:30 to go to the light rail or something like that.
Yeah.
It's just insane. I don't want to wake up this early on a Saturday just to go to a match.
You don't even have to go that far. I have to drive up from Tacoma.
No, exactly.
Although I left for the last one at 11:30.
It'd be one thing if it was getting up at 9:30 to go catch a bus or something and go to Portland or Vancouver.
Yeah,
but it's a home match, and it's just oh, come on.
It takes the hype out of it from the crowd a little bit too, I feel like.
It does. I feel like the crowd's always been kind of sleepy the last couple 12 o'clock kickoffs, just because it is so early. Maybe a little bit for some people. But yeah, it's just been just a sleepy start. That Toronto crowd, especially, as much hype as there was with ECS having the empty trophy case tifo and the big haha, we won the MLS Cup and you didn't hype. It still was just kind of flat. Yeah,
but if there's any noon game that can get people charged up and ready to go, it's going to be this one.
It's tomorrow.
So I'm excited for it.
For sure. I'm excited as well. Guys, that's all we have for you this week. Check back on EBFG TV after the match for hopefully a pretty hype match review.
I hope so.
Yeah, man, I hope so. Man, tomorrow's going to be fun. No matter, obviously the scoreline probably depends on how much fun we have, but I'm going to say that tomorrow's going to be fun. That's the only prediction I'll give you. Thank you guys, as always, for watching EBFG TV. Like, comment, subscribe, give us your thoughts down below, or follow us on Twitter at EBFG TV. We'll see you later.